right, guys. Last September, I took a look at a brand new lockpicking kit called the CTR by someone you guys are probably familiar with, Andy Law. He's real big in the lock sport community. He started up his own company, Law Lockpicks, and last September he produced the CTR. I reviewed it, and I'll put the link down there somewhere if you want to take a look at it. The picks in this new kit are quite a bit more substantial because some of the comments you guys left in that first review convinced him to add a lot of your requests. And that's what you're looking at here. This is called the Increment Pro. And I'm not going to say a single word about how nice this case is because every time I talk about how nice a case is, you guys give me a ration of stuff. So anyway, yeah, the case is nice. Inside, you find a huge selection of picks. This is quite an upgrade from what we saw in the CTR kit, and you get a little raise in price accordingly. We got basically double the amount of picks. The Increment Pro, and there are two versions of this, and you're looking at what's called the Increment Pro. It sells for 120 pounds or $157. And if you live outside of the EU, you do not pay the value-added tax or the VAT. The upgraded kit includes a couple of extra picks. We'll talk about them in just a minute, and that's priced at 130 pounds or $170. Let me set those off to the side because I do want to talk about them. A couple of advantages. All right, what do we have inside of here? If you guys looked at the first review, you remember how distinctive looking these picks are. You got those little, I call them ventilation holes, or it's skeletonized. Let some air go through. If your hands get hot while you're picking, you might want to take a look at these guys. It's purely aesthetic. It doesn't really help you, but it does look cool. These are sandwiched handles, which kind of adds to it because he had to make sure these were perfectly lined up before he put these handles on. Then all the edges are perfectly sanded. There's not a protrusion anywhere. It's perfectly even all the way around. No sharp edges at all on any of the previous picks or on any of these as well. I've been using these for about a week, so if you see some scrape marks, it's really all me. All right, you look at the distinctive handle. They got a little kind of banana bend to them there. I hold them like this because when I pick locks here in North America, all the pins in civilized countries anyway are on the top. So it fits my hand perfectly. Now, my government does send me to some other places, some bad countries, backwards, some backwater places. And a lot of these countries don't even have names, but they have pins that are on the bottom of the lock. Well, I hold the picks just like that. No matter which way you go, I mean, these picks, like my brother-in-law, go both ways and are comfortable in either top or bottom. Doesn't really matter. The pick is ergonomic in both directions. So what do we got? Well, these are 301 stainless steel. They measure 23 thousandths of an inch thick. Nice narrow profiles, as we find on most European picks, but 23 thousandths is equal to 0.6 millimeters. So pretty tough, durable picks. We got obviously a triple hook or Bogota here. We have his little brother, the double, and I'm just going to go through these because the way these come from the factory, all the hooks are right on, all the rakes are right there on the front. We got his brother, we got the double peak. Again, same level of finish. I do notice you can see the spot welds on the handles, but again, they've been tumbled. You can see how shiny those are, I think. They're perfectly smooth. I can't even detect any unevenness with my fingernail. So very well done, even though you can easily spot where they were spot welded. We have what I believe is called the Montserrat. Nice little rake. And then we got these two guys. These are real common in competitors' lockpick kits, the King and the Queen. Working our way down we have the L rake or the city rake. And let me go up real close, give you a little, if the camera will cooperate, I'll kind of rotate them slowly so you can get an idea of the finish. Now, if you look at the edges, these are not custom picks. These are mass-produced. So they're going to take, even though they've been tumbled, I probably would give them a little bit of time with some sandpaper to kind of round off the edges of that so it will slide down the keyway. But other than that, there's nothing to be done to these guys. This one is kind of like a Bogota and kind of like the Sparrow's Worm, but he's slightly larger. Let's compare them there. Little bit thicker. A really nice shape, nice smooth. It's not going to stall out or get caught on any pins, particularly if you got a lot of high-lows, a lot of times on those low cuts, the Bogota will get snagged up with those sharp edges, so you can easily transition to this guy. Really nice pick. And then, of course, we have the tried and true snake rake. All right, I'm going to save these guys for almost last. Let's start over here. We have a series of hooks. Let me just grab them. We have a deep hook and a medium hook. And these, look how thin the shafts are on these. These are definitely designed for Euro-style paracentric keyways. These are almost exact copies of the SS Dev. I held them side by side. There's just slight differences. This one is just a little bit deeper than the SS Dev deep hook. And then we move into what I call three very similar standard or short hooks. And I'm going to hold them as close as I can get side by side here. On the bottom, you see the traditional short hook. In the middle, you see a short hook minus. It doesn't quite have the amount of rise as a short hook. And that last one is a pick you guys see me using all the time. It is very, very similar to the Sparrows hybrid, Euro hybrid. So if you've got a very tiny keyway, like a suitcase lock or something like that, that is an excellent choice to get inside of there. Works just as well as a rake as well. We got a half diamond. And get to the three interesting ones here. These are unique to Andy Law. Now these look a lot like the Fall Safe series. They are different though in terms of curvature and in terms of the tip. So these are kind of a mix between the Fall Safe, the Peterson Reach, and the DeForest half diamond or half ball. So if you've got very low cut pins and a really high cut one in the back, I think any of these three would be an excellent, excellent choice. Likewise, if you're manipulating pins that have to be rotated, like on Medico, these are very common picks for that type of work. So three really good choices. Turned into quite a pile there. I may have to get a forklift to put all this stuff back in here. All right, we have 6 bottom of the keyway tensioners. We have 3 with a twist, and they're identical to the 3 with no twist. They are all tapered, very nicely done. No sharp edges on them. So you got the twist if you like to vary your tension and you like to get a little more flex in your tensioner. That's the way to go. And the last 3, I'm seeing these more and more in lockpick kits. We have 3 excellent choices here, ranging from 1.2 millimeter in thickness, or about 50 thousandths, all the way down to 0.8 millimeters. So nice variation in thicknesses for a wide variety of top of the keyway tensioners. All right, this is the Increment Pro kit, and this is a 120-pound version, 157 bucks. This is, if you throw in these 2 picks as an option, they call this the Increment Pro Plus. So you plus it up by 2 extra picks and also a 10 additional pounds. You get an extractor, very nicely done, very thin shaft, and a nice sharp point. These are kind of like handguns. When you need a handgun, it's usually you need it really bad, and this is a perfect example. When that key breaks off, if you don't have one of these, you are totally hosed. So good addition to the kit. And we got this little guy. We got a knife. Now, a lot of you guys, I demonstrated this last time. A lot of you guys were asking questions. I've actually done videos, but I'm going to do it one more time. Using a knife doesn't require a highly technical degree like something in, cosmetology or anything like that. All you do, you take your knife, you push the pins out of your way, and then you shove the knife all the way in as far as you can to bypass those pins. And then you basically, I think you can see it through the cutout. Then you basically just start shaking it back and forth. And eventually, even on a dual locking lock, there are 2 lugs on here. If you just wiggle it back and forth and up and down, you're going to deactivate both of them and get in. So adding the extractor and the knife, I think, to plus up your Increment Pro to the Pro Plus is probably not a bad investment. I say it doesn't take a technical degree in basket weaving. Anyway, guys, there you go. The Increment Pro or the Increment Pro Plus from Law Lockpicking in the UK. Now's the time to give it away. I know you guys want this thing because I definitely want to keep it myself. It's a beautiful case. Did I mention that? All right. All the picks that you see in the Pro Plus, let me get this over here. Everything you see there, if you'd like to win it, not with my lock though, sorry. There's the website. Go check it out. In the middle of the page, there's a big purple band that says weekend giveaway. Click it and register with a little bit of luck. Next weekend, my webmaster will choose your name. Appreciate your time, guys. Stay safe, stay legal. By the way, Andy is giving a discount to all viewers, and he told me to save that towards the end for you guys to click away. I'm going to put it in the description, but I don't have to because, guys, you can read it right there. iPro 10 will get you a 10% discount off the prices that I already mentioned. Thanks for your time, guys. Each of these videos takes 4 to 6 hours to record, edit, and publish, so I'd really appreciate it if you show your support by subscribing and clicking on the like button. Thanks, guys.